plastic in the past, silver in your hand. Gold you can keep, it don't vanish online, it don't fall asleep. No fine print, no banker's plan, just silver in your hand. Gold where you stand, gold where you stand. Out in the parking lot, bags by our side. She said, come on over, I'll show you why. Coffee on the table, steam rising slow. She laid out the truth that I needed to know. Silver in your hand, gold you can keep, it don't vanish online, it don't fall asleep. No fine print, no banker's plan, just silver in your hand. Gold where you stand, gold where you stand. She said I pay my bills, I save for my kids, I keep coins for the hard times like my daddy did. Cards can be cut, accounts can be closed, but silver and gold, they're mine to hold. Silver in your hand, gold you could keep, it don't vanish online, it don't fall asleep. No fine print, no banker's plan, just silver in your hand. Gold where you stand. She leaned back slow, took a sip of her cup, said this ain't about struggle, it's about showing up. When the world gets shaky, I don't lose control, I pass down the truth in silver and gold. She said cards can be frozen, accounts locked tight, but coins in your drawer, they're yours all night. It's just wisdom, it's common sense. Real money don't vanish when the system gets tense. Silver in your hand, gold you can keep, it don't vanish online, it don't fall asleep. No fine print, no banker's plan, just silver in your hand. Gold where you stand, gold where you stand. Silver in your hand, gold you can keep, it don't vanish online, it don't fall asleep. No fine print, no banker's plan, just silver in your hand. Gold where you stand, gold where you stand, gold where you stand.
And we are back. Welcome to the War Room. Glad to have everybody here on this. Was it hump day already? Or is it Tuesday?
Monday.
It's barely Monday. It's not Thursday? Damn it. I was hoping it was Friday. I was hoping tomorrow was Friday, but I guess not. It's all good. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I'm already ready for the weekend. I'm already ready for the weekend again. It's an amazing time to be alive. It's a lot of things taking place all at once. We were prepared for this. We knew this was coming. So, well, there goes my dog. She likes to bark at the kids whenever she hears them outside playing. Glad to have everybody here. It's December 15th, 2025. Hello, everybody. Miss Linda. So I want to welcome Nadine and Mickey to the show. Glad to have y'all here. Glad to have you. I don't know if y'all were in the chat this morning, but we're going to try to not cover some of the stuff that we covered this morning because we already covered it. But some of the stuff may come around and it may seem redundant. But the people are waking up, and the more we wake up, the more stupid shit happens, right? But it's getting more and more obvious that the only thing that most people are fearing is that they're using this to possibly sharpen their skills on future situations, right? It's almost like it's a test, static test. Right. Well, so what scares me the most about the FFs, y'all know what I'm talking about, the 66. They seem to be stress tests, right? Testing the public's reaction, mapping out truth-telling networks, scraping the data, and seeing how fast the narrative is debunked.
like
Why?
pretty
Well,
fast.
pretty damn fast.
Yeah, it's impressive.
It's really impressive. Why? Why are they doing that? So they can fine tune the big ones and maybe get it right. Other than that, I hope everybody's getting ready for the holidays, right? Spend time with the family, relax a little bit, unwind, get ready for the new year, right? Or their new year, or somebody's damn new year. New Year's until March, but whatever.
Yeah, that's a real New Year.
Yeah, I've been having really good luck with going on Newsbreak, that news feed I told you guys about, and the chemtrails was a big hit for them. They all
Really?
there was a lot of agree, like, that kind of thing. Um, and the television, I put that one out. I've just done a couple so far. I just wait for it to hit me, like which one of these thousands and thousands of memes I have. So, but it is good, and most of it's all positive because I'm going into it positive, and love, and so, and even the comments. If I haven't really gotten any bad ones, but the ones where you want to, say, I'm like, no, that's not the right thing. Go back to it again. So I go back and I'll see it later and then put the correct stuff in there for them. So if anybody wants to try it, it's really simple. It's not a hard thing to do to help people get through this time. And
Yeah,
and if you just let me know in Telegram if you need me.
Yeah,
awesome.
I know. I talk about mental health and stuff like that quite often, right? And to look for the signs. But uh, here just 2 days ago, my brother called me and told me my one of my childhood best friends that I went to school with, and then outside of school, he's a Navy vet. Um, he decided to end his life and was in his backyard
Yeah,
or in the gully behind the house. He
out
walked
in the
behind.
woods.
Yeah, he walked out in the woods and just put one in his head. He's been there. He was there for quite some time before they found him.
2 months.
Right. So
Oh no, over a month.
he had withdrawn from, his
Everything.
he got real angry, they say, right? Uh, real angry because he was always upbeat. Dang, he was always the guy when you went out to the club or whatever. We used to go to teen rodeo. He would be the one dancing, right, all the time, like silly dancing, like
Having fun.
just having fun, right? When everyone else just wishes we had the courage to even get out there and do half the stuff. He just enjoyed his life. But things happen, things change. So
Right. If they say he was withdrawing, that's a sign
withdrawing, yeah,
when they don't want to talk to anybody at all. They just want to be by themselves. They don't want to come out of their room or whatever. Yeah, it's a sign.
yeah. My brother called me. I thought he was calling about my mom. My mom isn't doing too well either. I thought he was calling about my mom. He said, I got something to tell you. I was like, okay. I said, is this the phone call I've been waiting on? Like, what's up? And he told me about my friend just uh, committing suicide. He's never been the one to do, even act like that. So just, just be mindful of that. People withdrawing, stuff like that, even in yourself, right? You get down to that low, that real heavy level where you think there's nothing else to live for. I'd say give it another 24 hours and
Yes.
you'd be shocked.
Yes, right.
Right. Reach out to somebody, talk to somebody, right?
That's right.
Nadine, you said you seen a video earlier about the Statue of Liberty falling over.
Yeah, it was in Brazil. It fell over. I don't
Uh,
remember if it said tsunami. I left my phone in the other room. I can go get it if you want.
Yeah, the wind blew over, or the wind blew it over. I seen it on the video. I thought it was AI at first because I didn't really see any other wind, but it, yeah, that's pretty
Hey,
crazy,
even
isn't
if it's AI, I'll take it at this point, right?
Right.
it? Even if it's AI, right? Let me get everything set up here. Get this share screen going here for this what we're fixing to present.
Oh, hey, I have it right here. It's footage's replica of Statue of Liberty topples over, and it was the winds. It was just winds, and it was Guaibia, Brazil.
Yeah, it was like a little small Statue of Liberty. Yep.
Yeah, it was a little replica.
And it tumbled down, right?
I just sent it to your Twitter account.
To your Twitter account, but
All right. Oh, you mean X? She's stuck on another timeline. That's why I got her on the show, because she's still in the X
Talk to
Twitter
me.
phase.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you're stuck back in the Twitter
Oh,
days.
yeah. Well,
I don't know how to share. It says, "Welcome to the new X Creek." What the hell? You sent it to me? I don't know what that is.
yeah, I just sent it to the war room. I can check your DMs.
New post.
Yeah, it's there. The
Oh,
one
you
with
see
the terrorist attack, Chicago, with the Israeli people looking, that's there, and the one about my friend's research, the foundation stone.
Oh, did you post it on yours?
I think I retweeted it because I.
or you can send it to me, and you can pull it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, on Telegram. Might
Okay.
be, or it might be faster.
I'll have to download download it and send it over.
Or wait, you might be able to find it.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. There she is. Who is that girl? All right, so let's get started here. I'll show that in a little bit. So a lot of the stuff coming out about the Maxine Waters, a lot of things are coming out. So here was a teacher fired after 35 years of service for refusing to take the Maxine Waters. Y'all remember this? 35 years.
Dang.
35 years she walked away.
Marlene, why are you leaving the school today?
I was told that I didn't have the vaccine and I didn't comply to rapid testing, so my day is short.
How long have you worked at this school for?
More years.
Because you were a teacher and now you stick around because you love the kids so much.
I do.
And what school district is this?
Black Gold, and I have enjoyed every minute of the kids. Every minute.
You can say you've worked here for 20, 30 plus years?
30 plus, getting close to 35. But yeah, so I turned my keys in. My time's done.
We're very sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we've been revisiting some of the stuff that we went through. Remember
Yeah.
the same media that's telling you to bullshitting you today is the same media that bullshitted you back then. They lied to us. What's new, right?
Right.
35 years, and she had to quit because of Maxine Waters. All right. I really don't. Y'all remember these tests? Has anybody did these tests in school with the earphones?
Oh yeah, they did that with me.
Yeah,
Oh, they
me
pulled the
too.
special kids out of the classroom and did this to them.
Yes, they did.
Don't forget
She
that
wasn't
one.
paying. Yeah, she's not paying attention anyway. We might as well fuck with her.
Is she here? I don't know.
They did that to me too a lot.
look familiar to you, you might have been involved with a program when you were in elementary school called the GATE program. That is Gifted and Talented Education. And this was really popular in the 80s and 90s. Now, when I was in school, I remember getting hearing tests, which is what a lot of other kids supposedly say they were told and they were taking to the GATE program. It involved a lot of matching items like these, like matching shapes, remembering things to see like how good your memory was. And a lot of people said that they also took a drink beforehand and it was pink and it kind of looked like Pepto-Bismol. Here's a sheet from a girl on TikTok who said this was from the GATE program, and she had to kind of decode and figure out what the message was saying. The theory behind the GATE program was that this wasn't to test your hearing or to put you in a special program or see what type of accelerated learning you would do good in, that it was more done by the government to test if you had some type of psychic ability.
I don't know how they do, Nadine. Did they figure it out?
I don't know. I don't have anybody beating down my door,
Did they
but
take you back to your class and say, we're sorry, you're not the one?
no, I remember the pink stuff. I do remember that.
I wonder what that was. I don't remember seeing the little squiggly lines though, like I'm decoding something. I mean, the cards, they did that, but not the decoding whatever that last one was.
So here's another walk down memory lane. This is what happens when you didn't put a mask on. It's funny, but it's not funny.
Yeah, it was not.
It's really not.
It was traumatizing.
Y'all remember that shit? You walk into a place and you don't have a mask on, they treated you like like you're damn terrorist. Put him to sleep for not wearing a mask. Damn it. You better obey. Daddy told you to put a mask on. Put a damn mask on.
That's crazy.
We got another landowner here. He's turning down money for the data centers. He says money can't buy happiness. Local landowner turns down $8 million offer from data center
Good.
developer to preserve the family's land.
There you go.
The Greater Cincinnati man not only turned down $8 million from a company for his farmland, but also refused to offer a dollar figure when asked to name his price. He wouldn't even name a price. Couldn't do it. You can't.
Right, yeah. Put money on that.
May he be rewarded tremendously in the future. That's what's up. Some people would have took that money and ran. $8 million?
Right, they're starting to realize that's not what it's about. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's fiat anyway.
Stop the data centers. Don't take the money. Don't sell out humanity for a paycheck.
Don't sell it out. Don't sell yourself out.
I'm sure everybody's seen the silliness of yep.
On one of the walking wounded, Arsen Ostrovsky, a survivor of the October 7 massacre in Israel.
Tell me what happened. En gros, il a récupéré l'arme du mec qui. Tu sais, il l'avait pris dans sa main là. Oui, oui, j'ai vu.
Y'all see that? You see the guy? Take the gun. Right? Now he's pointing it at him. He doesn't shoot him. He takes the gun and sets it up beside the tree. Now he's there. He's walking away. Oh, let me set the gun down. He raised his hand up. Who was he signaling?
Right.
Why did he raise his hand up? See his hand going up? What was that about? Why is his right hand in the air? Why is his right hand? There you go.
He's saying, I am MAGA.
I got the gun. I'm putting it down. Gun safe. Gun safe. Don't shoot. Now, guess what? Guess what? Who's right in front of him? There's a guy on the bridge with another rifle looking right at him, and he doesn't even shoot him. Look, sets the gun down. Oh, this goes over here. Look, see, he was sitting right there. See? Didn't even do nothing.
Right.
They were shooting blanks or something. Oh, he was waving at the guy on the bridge. He was waving at the guy on the bridge. Hey, buddy. Can you imagine all that? You do all that training, go out there to shoot somebody, and a guy that comes from behind you that hit thumps you in the back of the ear, and then you hand him your gun. Like that was the easiest. Anyways, let me continue. That's just. All right, so this TikTok is from right here. It's the Black's Dictionary. I can't see the names on these. Right here. The channel name.
Commerce, and one of them fake ass fucking liars got on there and was like, no, it's not commerce, it's not fucking commerce. Let's look at the law for a second. Let me see something. A bill. What is a bill? A formal declaration, complaint, or statement of particular things in writing. As a legal term, this word has many meanings and applications, the more important of which are enumerated below. A formal written statement of complaint to a court or justice. In the ancient practice of the court of king's bench, the usual and orderly method of beginning an action was by a bill, or original bill, or plant, cause of action, like a declaration or complaint. You remember when we told you that all crime is
There we go. That was about the commerce. She's so funny. Bless you. So what scares me the most about the false flags, they seem to be the stress test, right?
Yes.
Right? Testing the public, reaction, mapping, truth-telling network, scraping the data, seeing how fast the narrative is debunked. Like Benny Hill.
Right.
Like a Benny Hill episode. We talked about this morning. How did the people in the third class know that if the first class controls everything, that the Titanic was going to sink?
Right.
Because the third class seen the cracks while the people on the deck were partying and drinking it up. Right?
Yeah.
Titanic sank. Everybody in third class knew the ship was. When the Titanic sank, everybody in third class knew the ship was sinking way before the people in first class that were sipping champagne did. And if that ain't the perfect metaphor for what is happening right now in this nation, I don't know what is. When the Titanic
That's where
sank,
we're at, right?
Yeah.
Y'all get that analogy? Are you picking up what he's putting down there? We can see it sinking because we're down here at the bottom watching it fill up. The people at the top are at the Gatsby parties, right?
Yeah.
The Great Gatsby. There's some more shit coming down the pipe.
ICE is arguing in court that every American will need to show papers to prove citizenship. So for those of you saying we'd never get there in dumb fascism, guess what? We're almost there. I'm former MLB agent Joshua Kuznick, and ICE has taken the political stance that your real ID and your driver's license is not enough, and that they are able to detain you and suspend your rights until they prove the inverse and otherwise. So instead of the presumption of innocence, you are proven guilty until you are proven innocent. This is an insane escalation, and the worst I told you so I could think of. This is not something ICE needs to be given. They don't need this power. They need to be stripped of the majority of their power. We are in a fascist police state right now where there are technical concentration camps and people being abused in them. This is no different than Japanese internment, except under another name, and will be a dark stain on our society for years. We must continue to speak up about all of this. Bong.
There you go. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. Why the King's t-shirt though with that guy?
What's that?
He had that King's t-shirt. Maybe we looked way too far into things at this point. So I just noticed the King's t-shirt. He was whoever, whatever pile of it that he was into. So just looking too far in.
Go ahead. Read it.
Okay. I was just gonna read what he was saying. Which this video right here goes with it. But police are not law enforcement. It is not the duty of police to protect you. Their job is to protect the corporation and arrest code breakers. SAP versus Tallahassee, 348 SO, second 363. Reef versus City of Philadelphia, 488 F, 1262. Lynch versus New York City Department of Justice, 386 SE, second 2470. Also, the 18 U.S. Code 912 addresses the crime of false personation, specifically making it illegal to falsely assume or pretend to be an officer or an employee of the United States and to act in that capacity or demand something of value. Violators can be faced fines or imprisonment up to 3 years.
Do I got that video?
Yeah, here I'll send it to you again. At the bottom.
Okay. And then I'll show you the Statue of Liberty falling over. Hold on. Let me get this loaded up for you. So that's 42. All right, here we go. Yeah, I got you. So I'm gonna play the clip here, and then I'll show the. I wasn't ready for that, but I should have had that video.
ICE is arguing in court.
I need for y'all to come with me for a minute, man. Let me take your mind somewhere that it really needs to be. 18 U.S. Code 912, officer or employee of the United States. Pay attention. Whoever falsely assumes or pretends to be an officer or employee acting under the authority of the United States or any department, agency, or officer thereof and acts as such or in such pretended character demands or obtains any money, paper, which would mean documents as far as your ID and whatnot, or thing of value shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 3 years or both. I really need y'all to stay with me. So remember it says, or in such pretended character demands or obtains any money, paper, document. So according to the 4th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution protects individuals from unreasonable searches and seizures of their persons, houses, or papers and effects. So why are these actors asking for your papers, which would be your ID? I told y'all. Police officers are not law enforcement. It is not the duty of the police to protect you. Their job is to protect the corporation and arrest code breakers. Sapp versus Tallahassee. Look this up for yourself. We have to remember the true history of what a police officer, a sheriff, a constable, a state trooper truly is and what they were created for and created to do. We the people need to remember that we have the right to bear arms and that shall not be infringed. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
There you go. We've been sharing that book. Right? Everybody should have that book. The little books, the little white ones. Yeah. Yep. Here's the statue of it was made of plaster. There you go.
It might be AI. I don't know.
I've seen better AI videos than that. That looks pretty bad.
Right.
It matches too much, right?
We don't have anyone in Brazil to confirm.
Hey, if you're in Brazil, can you give us a call and let us know if that really took place or not? I didn't know the comments weren't on the screen. There we go. Comments on the screen. Sorry about that, guys. And girls. Here we go. What the?
Oh my God.
Later.
Oh my God!
Meow, 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 meow,
Well, I saw that and I was like, holy, that's.
AI is out of control.
I know.
Yes.
And the people producing it.
Yeah, exactly.
AI is.
But like they said, they're doing the AI. They allowed the AI to get to this level so that we would not believe some things, right? We would say everything's just AI.
Right.
And real stuff
You're like,
that they're going to expose is actually real, but then people will say that could be AI. So it has us questioning if something's real or not, right?
bro, I got the mothership came down and abducted me, and I got probed. It was probably AI.
Right.
So the leaked Facebook profile of the Bondi Pam is this? Ain't it funny? This all of a sudden everyone's pronouncing Bondi different today. Have y'all
How
noticed
did
that?
Australia say it? Bondi or
Bondi, Bindi,
Bondi? They
totally
didn't say
different.
it Bondi though. It was something else.
Right, when we
I
say
can't
Pam
remember.
Bondi, it's Pam Bondi. Then when they say it on the on TV, it's like a whole totally different pronunciation.
Right.
But anyways, so his real name is David Cohen, and he's Jewish from Israel. All right, I don't know what the narrative is, but anyways, no, it's not the mark of the beast, but it's the same. It works the same, right? Green
Everything is.
Pass, got your phone, get the arm.
Like they said, everyone say everything is a mark of the beast. Everyone's an antichrist.
Oh, everybody's the Antichrist.
Oh, it's this person or it's
This
that
person
person.
or
Yeah.
that person.
Well, that's been going on forever.
All right, we got 5 types of politicians. You ready? It's the same thing in Europe. They're bought by Israel, blackmailed by Israel, dual citizen of Israel, scared to death of Israel, or killed by Israel. Those are 5 different types of politicians. I don't know. I don't know who's blackmailing them. Who's blackmailing these people? So nobody knows. Yeah.
Oh, I did put that picture on that news break.
What was that?
This picture.
That picture that how to spot a psyop. I did put that on that news break news feed so people would see it.
Cool. Yeah.
How to spot a psyop.
Yep.
Especially when Netanyahu comes out and makes an announcement, you know it's a psyop.
Oh,
And I wrote to wait 72 hours, like you guys say, to see how it shakes out.
Yes, always.
Yeah, because everything being reported right at the beginning is all bullshit.
Right.
He
It's like
literally
72 hours is broken down pretty much.
I feel sorry for the people that don't go back and review and use critical thinking skills to like look at what's being shown to them and how ludicrous it is. I don't know if it's on purpose. I think some people think it is on purpose just to test to see who can see what or say what. Um, so they're making a list and they're checking it twice. They're going to find out who's naughty or nice.
Right.
Israel Claus is coming to town. So how to spot a psyop? Speed, uniformity. If every news outlet, influencer, and government rep is saying the same thing within hours, it's probably coordinated. Emotion first, facts later. Fear, outrage, guilt, or moral panic pushed hard and fast. Solution before the problem. Was a new law, app, or policy waiting in things, or a new war in the midst? Crisis becomes the excuse for a rollout or an excuse to initiate some sort of military action. It's like Iraq, Afghanistan after 9/11, right? Follow the benefits. Ask who gains money, power, or control if we believe this shit. Simple heroes and villains. Real life is messy. Psyops makes it make it Psyops makes it black and white with a single bad guy and a single savior.
Yep.
Real life is messy. Yeah.
Yeah, that video with the Benny Hill music, that they were dressed in black and white, and most of these things when they're using guns, they're either in black and white or khaki pants.
Yep. You're right.
With some boots.
And the black and white, Freemasonic, right?
Yeah, so that's 18 U.S. Code 19112. Or 912, sorry, 9112. All right, there it is.
That's the cases.
Screenshot that.
Let me talk to you for a second if you're at rock bottom. And I don't mean kind of struggling. I mean everything's stripped. Identity gone. Plans, people, comfort gone. Ego shattered. The world tells you that's failure. And that's a lie. Rock bottom isn't a punishment. It's initiation. There are 1,000 ways to get there. Bad decisions, good intentions in a broken system, trusting the wrong people, loving too hard, fighting too long, or just being born into chaos and trying to survive it. And yeah, along the way, a lot of us made bad decisions that made that fall even harder. But hear this clearly. That fall wasn't the lesson. The stripping was. Because something in you needed to be broken open, not broken down. Rock bottom is where everything false burns off. Every mask, every borrowed identity, every expectation that wasn't really yours, every story the world told you about who you were supposed to be. That dark space you're in right now, that's not emptiness. That's clean ground. That's the place where noise dies. That's the place where lies can't survive. That's the place where only truth remains. And here's the part nobody tells you. You weren't brought here because you were weak. You were brought here because you could handle it. Life doesn't forge glass in gentle conditions. It forges steel in heat and pressure. Rock bottom is a purification. It deletes the old operating system. It wipes the corrupted files. It returns you to the blueprint. Not who you were told to be. Not who you performed as. Not who you survived as. But who you were before the world got its hands on you. And when you're at the bottom, there's only one direction left. Up. Not outward. Not sideways. Not into distractions or numbing. Up. Inward. Forward. All you have to do in the dark is bring light. One thought, one choice, one boundary, one brick. You don't rebuild your life all at once. You rebuild yourself, and the life follows. If you're listening to this and you feel like you're done and you don't want to push forward, good. Because what's actually done is the version of you that was never meant to survive this next chapter. You're not behind, you're not cursed, you're not broken. You're being forged. Rock bottom is not where you die. It's where you remember who the hell you are. And when you rise from here, you don't rise fragile. You rise unrecognizable. Stay standing. Start building. The blueprint is still inside you. I love y'all. 903 out.
There you go, 903 out. Give me a follow Simplified on the
TikTok?
Tiki-Taki.
Yeah. Good information. Good.
Good. Yeah.
Inspiring too.
Yep. What? Oh, Trump's giving out some more medals. Let's see one of them. All right. That's a little strange, ain't it? All right, so here is the DNA.
Have you ever wondered what happens when one company controls graves, GPS locations, family trees, and DNA? Most people think Find a Grave is simply a volunteer project, and I did too. I took photos of headstones like these behind me, and I believed I was helping families preserve memories. But when I started looking at this through a different lens, I realized there's far more to it than I first understood. Find a Grave is owned by Ancestry, a major for-profit genealogy company that many people are very familiar with. And while it feels like we're doing community service, millions of volunteers are contributing to this unpaid work that helps build a database Ancestry uses to support its business interest. People upload photos, dates, obituaries, exact GPS coordinates of headstones like behind me here. Find a Grave does protect recently deceased, which is great, but within 90 days, all that information becomes part of the same collection as DNA kits, family trees, historical records, all under that Ancestry umbrella. Then there's what I call grave collectors. These people who rush to create memorials for strangers and refuse to transfer control to family members like me and you. Families, we end up asking a stranger to access our own loved ones' pages to make updates. That's ridiculous. I experienced this firsthand repeatedly, trying to gain control of my memorials for family members and even my best friend with no response. That alone made me pause even more. So now, when these graves, GPS data, lineage, DNA all sit under one company, you're concentrating a massive amount of information in one place. Each of these pieces feel very harmless on its own, but together it raises questions we rarely stop to consider. Now, I'm not making firm suggestions or claims here. That's for you to determine with any of the information that I'm providing you. All I know is that when I saw the scale of what's being collected, it made me really stop and think about what I was doing. Volunteers build this foundation. The company itself, they gain the value, whatever that is, and then families deserve to understand this bigger picture. If you feel this is worth thinking about, please share this video. There's already enough people profiting from death out here, and for me, that's where I chose to stop contributing to this. So have you ever wondered what happens when one company controls great?
Wow. That's crazy, huh? Crazy.
Ain't it?
Yeah. I mean, everything's, there's so much information coming out that it's almost impossible to keep up with, but it's coming out.
Yeah.
About all sorts. There's another guy on TikTok that he does the graves. He worked at the graveyards. That was pretty sad there too. Some people might not want to hear that.
Yeah. All right, this is from on X. Scotty Chill. The emergency legislation has already been written. This is Australia first, like America first. This would be the equivalent of that, right? They're battling the same thing you're battling. They're being put on. Every country is being, citizens are being put last. You notice that? We're all going through the same shit.
Yes, we're almost everywhere.
All of us. Every country. This is a global battlefield.
Yes. So don't feel alone.
We're not alone.
Here.
You only got 7 billion people.
Here's what happens next.
Going through the same shit, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. That's what happens next.
Here's what happens next.
Recall the Parliament and undertake to do exactly that.
The legislation that's been written to deal with this problem, it's being sent out to federal politicians and state politicians across the country right now. Some of them have already had it sitting in their inbox for weeks, maybe months. That legislation was written a long time ago, sitting there waiting for the right event. In 1996, after the Port Arthur massacre, the toughest legislation in the world for firearm ownership was passed through the Howard government. It had bipartisan support and John was considered a hero. Most legal and law-abiding firearms owners will tell you that it was draconian, and Australia was never the same again after that. This Bondi event is absolutely horrific and my heart is broken for my country today. Everyone knows that this is a turning point in Australia's history. For you millennials and Zoomers that have never been through something like this, those of us in Gen X that remember this from 1996 can tell you exactly what happens. Things don't get better for you. Things will get worse for you. There will be crackdowns like you've never seen before, and then it will extend and graduate into right-wing politics, and you will all be the enemy. I'm going to give you guys a heads up right now. You all need to tread really carefully, because anything you post, anything you say, you will be in the firing line, not literally, but you will be in the firing line and targeted by federal authorities going forward. This couldn't have happened at a worse time either. This will impact everything. And not only that, but over the Christmas break, while people are distracted, the emergency legislation will be passed.
And I give this undertaking to the Australian people. We will do whatever it takes to force the strongest possible action from governments.
Australia, you don't have a dog in this fight. This is Australia first and only first. There is no other culture. There is no religion. There is nothing that is important to you here other than Australia first. And if anything comes down the barrel that isn't Australia first, you know who's pulling the strings behind that. We all know. You can't hide what comes next. It's written plain as day. We've seen it play out around the world in multiple places. This is what happens. The legislation is already written. And that's the part that scares me the most about all of this. Australia first until I die.
Australia, you call that a knife? This is a knife.
We need to come up with we need to become code talkers.
I am a code talker. I've been talking in code the whole time.
Like the wind talkers did during the war, where they couldn't decipher what they were saying. When you come up with some kind of code talking to each other.
You don't have to come up with it. Yeah, you can. Like what? Which one would be the first one?
I don't know. I've got to think.
She's gonna come up with and we're gonna email it to everybody, all the codes. All the different coding.
Maybe telepathy will kick in.
There you go. There you go. That's what I was saying. Like, you're gonna have to telepath. I just like. It's kind of like, what's her name?
That would be cool.
Who's that? Oh yeah.
There's a group of people on this planet that make up 10 to maybe 15%. And if we're going to be for real, if I'm trusting Google these days, if I'm going with my gut, I would say it's closer to 6. 6% of the world's population, in my opinion. But Google's, like I said, is 10 to 15. People that are walking this earth, and according to science, at their best efforts, they've tried, they simply cannot find the origins of these people anywhere here on earth. I'll say what? But first things first, Tiki Talk, you know me, this is purely for entertainment purposes only. All things stated here, just speculation. Well, we're just thinking out loud. Got new blood. No, I don't. It's my same blood. New blood goofing. Let's go. These are the people with Rh negative blood. Negativators, mount up. We are a peculiar people, and we all share peculiar things in common, peculiar traits. Many of these traits are traits that humans, well, they should not have. One of those traits is a woman when she becomes pregnant. If she is Rh negative and there is a chance that the child is not, her body will see that baby, that fetus, as an imminent threat and do everything in its power to defend the person and unalive the imminent threat of the baby in her stomach. Woo! If that doesn't tell you something right there. But science and medicine has had a way to go around the acts of nature in order to save the fetus and even the mother with a shot called Rogam. The mother will receive a shot while she's pregnant and a second after she gives birth because the child's blood is still in her bloodstream and it could be detrimental to the mother, again because those two bloods are never meant to mix. Interesting. Fascinating. And quite frankly, terrifying when you really get down and think about it. We're a peculiar people with a peculiarly genius body who will protect us from the imminent threat from a child that isn't one of us. Oh, and did I mention Rh negative was only just as recently discovered as 1937. Now that, my friends, is odd. No, that, my friends, is downright peculiar. Just as peculiar as us. Negativators, mount up.
There you go. So, like they said, and the guy was saying in Australia, how they're going to be going door to door, messing with people, feds, different stuff like that. Let's see if I'm add it to the screen here. Here we go. We are right here in Texas. We have a Texas police officer showed up at the home of a disabled U.S. Navy veteran after he made comments, quote unquote, about the Jewish community and Israel. So America is an occupied country. This is from Antune. So this is police officer showing up. Let's see here.
Try that again.
We're here because of the comments you made online about the Jewish community.
So what?
No, I'm saying, are you?
I have a freedom of speech, dude.
Yeah, no, we get that. We get that.
We gotta make sure that you're not. Do you have a warrant?
No, that's why we're.
Yeah, you see that sign?
Yeah.
So it says no soliciting. What you're doing is basically soliciting. You understand that, right? Yeah. It means you're not welcomed here. Okay. Bye.
Okay.
Stay off the lawn, please. This is what they're doing, guys. You make comments about the Jews online, they'll fucking show up at your door. This is what they do. This is freedom of speech. This is how much control Israel has over our country.
It's a Navy vet.
Try that again.
There, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're here because.
Right. So they might. I mean, some of this might just all be on TV, right? So see who's gonna keep speaking out regardless of what, right? Did they come to your door? I don't know. But,
Yeah, they just came to his door.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, speak your truth no matter what.
Oh yeah. No
Right.
matter.
And know your rights,
Uh-huh.
just like he did. And
Yeah.
they walked right off. Right?
Freedom of speech, man. It's America.
Right. So they walked away.
Last time I checked, this is America, right?
Right. We forgot. All right. Well, the Constitution, but those are our rights anyway,
Right.
regardless if it was on
23andMe with
paper or not.
You want to go down the rabbit hole of 23andMe with me? I've been doing this for about a week, and I just watched a video that changed my whole thought process just like that. Deoxyribonucleic acid, your and my DNA, reacts to us outside of our body, no matter how far away it is from the host. Think about this for a moment. Happiness, sadness, anger, fear, the whole gambit of emotions. It is scientifically proven and has been tested that it reacts to us and it produces a charge. So what do you think 23andMe and other DNA collecting companies are actually doing with your and my DNA? I have never sent my DNA off, but every blood test, they collect your DNA. What do you think's being done with it? Let's go down the rabbit hole together. You want to go down the rabbit hole of 23andMe with me? I've been doing this.
They prick your heel.
And they
Yeah,
really.
if they can affect your emotions with your DNA outside of your body, where should that come?
Yeah.
I'm a little bit shook. As you all have heard, there's a terrorist attack in Australia. I'm not shook by the attack necessarily as much as I am shook by the fact that I could have predicted it. And you can predict it using Google. And I'll show you exactly how to predict it. Hi, I'm a computer guy, just so you know. Computer guy, look, computers, lots of stuff, lots of computers. Okay, let me just show you this. This is how you predict terrorist attacks in your house, neighborhood, town, whatever you want. Okay, so this is called Google Trends, real quick. This is a site, Google Trends. It's designed so you can look up things that people are searching in your area, okay? So I just typed in Bondi Beach, Naveed Akram, which is one of the attackers in Australia, that's his name. Australia terrorist attack Australia, and terrorist attack Australia spelt incorrectly because people can't spell. This is set now to Israel. I can set it to worldwide, and it will show me the search terms of this. These terms are all these different waves. So this one's blue, red, okay, for worldwide. But if you just set it to Israel, we can go to Israel and we can see what these terms being searched in Israel in the past day. We can go to the past 90 days. Let's go to the past 90 days. let's see these search terms searched. Okay, so this is December 14th when the attack occurred, right? And so we can go over here and terrorist attack Australia misspelt was searched 14 times on November 29th. That's pretty weird. We can look here and we can go the blue and we can say Bondi Beach in Israel was searched 11 times. And then now here's where the really interesting thing happens, because this is on September 29th. We get the word Bondi Beach, Australia terrorist attack, searched 12 times, Bondi Beach 10 times, terrorist attack, Australia 12 times as well. So those terms, what are the odds on September 29th in Israel, past 90 days, that those terms were all searched at the same time on the same?
Maybe they were searching for Bondi's a beach.
So
Maybe they were trying to say Bondi's a beach.
So over in Israel, their TV programming is running a couple of months ahead of ours. That's what he's saying.
No, what he's saying is
Of course, like
no. All right. All right. What he's saying is somebody searched these terms before these situations, these events took place.
Oh, I thought it was running on TV, like this whole
No.
thing, because it's a movie, it's a play. So they could have the show on over there September 29th, and then it just ran over here in December.
Yeah, no, he's just pointing out the fact that Bondi Beach was searched 10 times on September 29th, 2025.
Maybe 2.
Right. So just different situations like that. Australia terrorist attack 12 times. Terrorist attack Australia 12 times, way before it even happened.
Oh, interesting.
These are searches. So he's a computer person. So he's pulling up this is how they can also, Palantir uses the predictive, right? The predictive events. This is how they're going to be able to fault crimes and shit like that. It's through the algorithms and the AI and the data. Oh, right.
Yeah, what'd you search?
On November 29th.
So November 29th, 2 weeks before, 3 weeks before, 2 weeks roughly, terrorist attack Australia was being searched, right? Remember also. So the more people wake up, the more dangerous it gets. The more shit like this you're going to get, right? Like the Epstein shit's coming out Friday. So everyone's expecting something to happen between now and Thursday.
Right.
Right. Like maybe some kind of war, maybe something escalated somewhere.
That's pretty weird. We can look here and we can go the blue and we can say Bondi Beach in Israel was searched 11 times. And then now here's where the really interesting thing happens, because this is on September 29th. We get the word Bondi Beach, Australia terrorist attack, searched 12 times, Bondi Beach 10 times, terrorist attack, Australia 12 times as well. So those terms, what are the odds on September 29th in Israel, past 90 days, that those terms were all searched at the same time on the same day? You know, the odds seem a little bit alarmingly unusual. It's almost like it was planned, right? And that would kind of further corroborate, Candace Owens' post here. It says, they have been signaling that a 9/11 style attack is coming second week of December. Say this tweet, it will age well, which, despite.
Right, which is predictable.
Right.
It's Candace Owens isn't the only one it's able to see this shit. You know what I'm saying? She just has a bigger stage. Right, she's an actress. So they've been signaling that a 9/11 style attack is coming the second week of December. She said this on November 27th, right? Which is a 119 date. She said it on the 9/11 date. The 9/11 and the number. See that? She's a Mason. All right, so keep that in mind. You're making a comment about 9/11 on 9/11?
Age well,
Or
which,
11/9.
despite what people think about Candace, that's a pretty alarming tweet. She's kind of suggesting that Israel's been planning a lot of the terrorist attacks, and it kind of, the evidence here is alarming. But let's get a little more detailed. Let's go into the past day, because this just happened, right? So the past day, let's do some math, though. We're going to have to do some math here. It says If it's 6:45 on Sunday, December 14th in Sydney, Australia, it's 11:45 Saturday, December 13th in California, because we're in California. Okay, so we got to like do the California math, right? Okay, Bondi Beach attack was targeted, happened at 6:45 p.m. AEDT. That's Australia time. Remember, that would be 11:45 p.m. on Saturday, December 13th. So let's go to this term again. We're back in Google Trends. Israel in the past day. Let's look for 11:45. Remember, 11:45 p.m. Saturday. This is 11:45 p.m. Look at this, 11:52, close enough, p.m., 11:52 p.m., 13th Saturday in California. This is when the attack happened. Do you see the spike? Do you see it going up? This is the search attack. This is when the attack happened. That's why you see the spike of Bondi Beach exploding right here, okay? All right, this is happening. They're searching and everybody's freaking out about it, right? So why, could I have to ask you, is all of this being searched hours before the attack even occurred? Because remember, the attack occurred right here. Navid Akram's name's being searched right there. He's one of the attackers. But look, Navid Akram's name is being searched all the way to like terrorist attack. Look, terrorist attack Australia, 45 times was searched at 4:16 p.m. Remember, the attack was 11:45. It was here. So we've got this. Navid Akram's name was being searched 48 times in Israel at 4:24 p.m. Okay, this is not 11:45 p.m. This is hours before 11:45. Okay, so his name was searched so many times, 100 times his name was searched here at this hour. Okay, and like, dude, this is insane. Like you're seeing these search terms, and like Australia terrorist attack Australia, and Australia terrorist attack searched 76 times, both at hours before this attack happened. All these attacks were searched before the spike. Do you see the spike? When the actual attack happened, all of this was searched in Israel before. So, conclusion. If you would like to figure out if there's going to be a terrorist attack in your town, simply go to Google Trends, set your settings to Israel, and Google terrorist attack your town, and see if your town has a planned terrorist attack coming from Israel, because it seems like it's probably true, and it's probably happening. So, just give a heads up. I want everybody to know that, this is a big puppet show. You're being played. And Israel seems to be the puppet master at this point. I mean, there's obviously people above Israel that are probably pulling the strings, but they're definitely not very tight on their string pulling. And obviously, you might want to search this now before Google erases this data. I'm showing you on a camera to show you that I am Google searching this data right now, because it will probably get scrubbed, just like everything else gets scrubbed, because they control the internet. They don't want people to know this information. So hope this helps prevent a awareness of a terrorist attack in your town.
Yeah, it's good because they're Googling. All right, so so this is not just the first event. It's been several events that they've been doing this to and days before, right? Somebody knows days in advance and is already searching terms that nobody would even be searching unless they already knew in advance, right? So you may
Anti-Semitism is on
they all got a script.
the rise. Anti-Semitism is on the rise.
The rise in anti-Semitism in Australia. The rise in anti-Semitism in Australia. Anti-Semitism is on the rise. Anti-Semitism is on the rise.
The rise in anti-Semitism. The rise in anti-Semitism.
The rising levels of anti-Semitism. The rising of anti-Semitism.
A rise in anti-Semitic behaviour. A rise in anti-Semitic behaviour.
Anti-Semitism in Australia. Anti-Semitism in Australia.
the level of anti-Semitism in Australia. The level of anti-Semitism in Australia.
Anti-Semitism we're seeing in Australia. Anti-Semitism we're seeing in Australia.
Anti-Semitism in Australia.
Anti-Semitism, which is anti-Jewish racism, anti-Semitism, which is anti-Jewish racism and hate.
This is pure anti-Semitism. This is pure.
Anti-Semitism is on the rise. Anti-Semitism is on the rise.
The rise in anti-Semitism in Australia.
Y'all see how this works?
Yeah,
Mockingbird Media, turn that shit off.
for real.
Who's watching that shit? They say it's the boomers. The Democrat boomers watch CNN, and the Republican boomers watch Fox. That's it. Right. Go look at their numbers. The numbers are shrinking. That's the only thing they're holding on to is this. Everyone else is waking up to the bullshit.
Someone said actually CNN is covering some of the truth. Surprisingly.
Right.
Some, not all.
Fox News tells Americans to buy artificial trees so Christmas tree farms can be used for data centers. Damn it. Ain't that crazy?
I sent you that video of how they're talking about why our electricity bills are so high.
And everybody needs to get on board.
We're paying for the data centers.
Yeah.
Because they were looking at their bills and the wattage was less, but their price, the amount was higher. And then they look down at that and show you, they're paying for the data centers.
I thought Trump said he was going to bring down the cost of energy by the first year in. So we're coming up on that first year anniversary right now. We're what 11 months in, fixing to be 12.
So this farm is 150 acres. Yeah, they're going to be farms, and there will be transmission lines that have to go through developments and farms. That's the very nature of a growing economy. Like everybody needs to get on board. I just don't. You know what?
Rise of AI.
Dagger right in my heart.
Look, it says rise of AI.
Yeah, nice.
Holy shit. Y'all got to get on board with this shit. Who cares if the damn power lines are going through your property and your farm? The damn economy's growing, damn it.
That's what they did.
No, isn't that what you want?
That's what they did. And they put all the power lines in there, all the phone lines. That's all, wherever.
Everybody needs to get on board.
Y'all just need to get on board with this shit.
That's the very nature of a growing economy. Through developments and farms. That's the very nature of a growing economy.
Okay.
All of it.
Everybody's got to get on board. All right. Meanwhile, at this Department of Education, we have a Christmas special for you guys put together by Miss McMahon, Miss WWE herself, Miss Linda McMahon, Secretary of Education, right? It's got a little important. Is this a PSA? What do they call a PSA? This is kind of cringy. I don't know. It's cringe, isn't it?
You know the story of a green little thief who tiptoed through Whoville and caused holiday grief? Well, this year a new crew tried a similar feat, sneaking and scheming to swipe student aid neat. They slithered through paperwork, schemed with delight, adding fake students deep into the night. They dreamed of a sack stuffed to the brim with billions of dollars. Prospects were grim, but we weren't sleeping, not even a wink. We checked the numbers, the forms, the blink. We spotted the fakes, the tricks, the sly little plots, and followed the trail to connect all the dots. So instead of $1 billion up the chimney to go, the whole scheme collapsed like a roast cooked too slow. Taxpayers rejoiced. Students got their aid, and fraudsters, their hearts didn't grow 3 sizes. They just got caught in their disguises.
Yeah. So she's telling you right here that they fluff the numbers at the department. At maybe some of these schools fluff their numbers. That's how they traffic some of these children. They claim to have 5,000 kids, when in reality, in actually physically in the school, maybe 3,500. But they get it. You know what I'm saying? That's just an example, right?
You know what Glendia is? She does kind of look like very good minded her, doesn't she?
Oh,
She
so
does.
yeah,
Their feet sneaking and scheming to
Yeah.
swipe
Blame
student
her?
aid
She looks
neat.
like her.
They slithered through paperwork.
where's it at? Right here.
Green little thief who tiptoed through Whoville and caused holiday grief. Well, this year a new crew tried a similar feat, sneaking and scheming to swipe student aid neat.
Oh, student
They
aid.
slithered through paperwork,
Yeah.
schemed with delight, adding fake students.
Adding fake students. See that? They did the paperwork, added a bunch of fake students. They got a bunch of money. Somebody got a bunch of money.
Adding fake students deep into the night. They dreamed of a sack stuffed to the brim with billions of dollars. Prospects were grim, but we weren't sleeping, not even a wink. We checked the numbers, the forms, the blink. We spotted.
Yeah. I think they put AI on the job. They put AI on the job on that one. All right, next thing up, digital ID. Right?
Hold on, everyone. Keep up the good work, Alice. Hold on, everyone. When I saw him the first time, Alan! Keep up the good work, Alice.
That's the digital ID. Right, it's happening worldwide.
Yeah, where is that?
This is in, I want to say London. Yeah,
Okay.
This is London.
Nobody has any bright colors or rainbow. You know, like you can tell the difference.
That's London. This is Coming to America. Not the movie Coming to America, but you get it.
Yeah.
So when faced with a tyrannical government that was about to impose a digital ID system upon them, the people of Bulgaria shut the whole thing down by going on a mass strike. Do we have what it takes to do this in America? Can we come together to shut down digital ID? So this is Bulgaria. Let me pull it up. Bulgaria, this is after a few days of widespread anti-corruption protests. Their corrupt government resigned. Everybody resigned. Canada never forgot. They derived their authority from our compliance. The power is always with the people. All right, so here we go. Man, that's some beautiful buildings, isn't it? Man, damn, look at that. Right, a lot of people showed up with that. The clock is ticking. Wake up.
I think y'all are pissed off enough yet. What else has to happen for people to start opening their daggum? I don't think y'all are pissed off enough yet. What else has to happen for people to start opening their daggum eyes and pulling their head out of the sand? When are you going to start waking the heck up and realizing right now this isn't left versus right? This is spiritual warfare we are in right now. I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. We are living in the last days. God said he will pull the veil back so we can see the actual evilness of this world, what Satan really can do. And we are watching it in real time. But yet we're still choosing to be silent and sleep and be a sheep and depend on the man. The man ain't going to save us. Yahweh, Jesus Christ himself, is the only one that's going to be able to save our souls right now. Y'all need to stop being so complacent. I'm talking to myself when I say this as well. We need to start putting on the full armor of God. Screw the government, screw the man. He's the only one that can save us. Because soon and very soon, this world will be nothing but a memory. It's either heaven or hell. And until that day comes, we need to stand firm in our beliefs right now. Do not cower down. Do not bend the knee. Do not be scared. God did not cover us in fear. He covers us in courage. Because we have been washed in his blood. He died on that cross to save us. And you think he's going to abandon us now? He's testing us, people. He's testing us.
Almost test.
So either we start leaning on him.
Everything's a test. It says it in the scripture.
And quit depending on the man, quit depending on government. Or we're done. Your life will be lost.
She's your. You gotta let your nuts hang out down there.
Yeah, so
What's what my mama said.
Don't, no matter what your belief is, no matter what, anything, don't give in to fear, right? The world's a stage.
Yes.
And that's their weapon against us. So they know that we, the fear, right?
So we are here tonight because of a government that is trying to silence us, because a government that is trying to run away from responsibility. And we are here with a public that is not intimidated, that returns week after week to say that we are fighting for our democracy. So we are here tonight because of a government that is trying to silence us, because a government that is trying to run away from responsibility. And we are here with a public that is not intimidated.
So that's in Israel. They are, according to reports, they are protesting in Tel Aviv for a third straight week against Netanyahu. They are demanding an independent investigation into October 7th. They want the truth, right, about the inside job. Just like Australia, how they called off in Australia, seeing how law enforcement was on the scene, but they didn't react for 20 minutes. Same thing in October 7th, right? They called the IDF to step back, and they allow these attacks to take place, right, to get maximum damage.
Yes.
Right? So they wanted to end it just like an investigation, like we still haven't had an investigation into 9/11 and what really took place, an independent one at that. So Netanyahu's in trouble. All right. Not a whole lot of people. I don't think he's as loved as much people would believe. I know 1,000 pastors went over there and kissed the ring, but as far as the people, I think they're waking up to the shit, the craziness, the genocide, the war crimes. All right.
Their politicians are wearing golden noose pins on their suits inside their government. You can't make this up. Ben-Gvir and a handful of other politicians are wearing a golden noose in support of capital punishment against any Pali prisoners which they deem a TWIAS, which by their intentionally broad definition includes almost anybody who just stands against them, including teenagers. And you know what Ben-Gvir calls his little group? Otzma Yahudit, which literally translates to Jewish power. Imagine if we did all the same things right back to them. That would be wrong, but they get to do it to us and get away with it, huh? We're being way too nice. They're rubbing it in our faces, not just their supremacy, but their lethal intentions over us. They complain about anti-Semitism while they're the ones who create it. Their politicians are wearing golden noose pins on their suits inside their government.
Hey, y'all seen that? That's like, what's her name? Had that chain around her neck.
I wouldn't be wearing that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be wearing that. I wouldn't wear that. That's
It might become a symbol for themselves,
they
right?
pass those out at the Klan rallies. Right. Yeah, be careful what you wish unto others.
That's right.
Right. That same measure you judge others will be used to judge you. Right. So here we go. No arrest because everybody is taking money from Big Pharma. Right? That's the truth, right? There's no arrest because everyone's taking money from Big Pharma.
Tried to warn you about this.
All right, who's going to jail? That's all I want to know.
Yes.
Because it started with it was safe and effective and do your part and do it for grandma and you'll get a burger and a donut if you do it. And you'll get to eat with your loved ones if you do it. And you get to keep your job if you do it. And you get to go see your dying loved ones and then their funeral if you do it.
More gaslighting.
And if you get the thing, then you won't get it. I promise. And you won't give it to others. I promise.
Right.
On your kids should get it. And oops, sorry, we were wrong. So now you need to keep getting more.
Correct.
And you're dangerous and crazy if you don't get them.
Totally.
Oh, and that heart problem and those seizures and that autoimmune condition and that stroke and those menstrual and fertility issues.
Don't worry about that.
And those reactions and that death. Oh, yeah, that's not related.
Don't worry about that.
Well, how do you know? Oh, it's just not related. Stop being one of those racist anti-vaxxers. Follow the science.
Yeah, that's what I was accused of.
And now here's how it's going in 2025. The FDA is planning to put a black box warning on COVID shots by the end of 2025.
Correct.
Now, what is a black box warning, you might ask? It's the strongest type of safety alert issued by the FDA for prescription or over-the-counter medications. It highlights serious or potentially life-threatening risks associated with a drug based on medical studies or evidence of preventable adverse effects. So again, the question we should all be asking right now is who the is going to jail?
Exactly. So this is my question for this administration. And I'm not playing politics, but why aren't these people already locked up? Why aren't they locked up? I tried to warn people back in 2020, do not get this vax. Do not do it. It's extremely harmful. And you know what happened? I was getting people threatening me. I was getting people telling me they're going to come to my house and kill me. They're going to kill my family. How could I? I lost friends over it. All of this. And I was just simply trying to sound the alarm. And I said verbatim, in 5 years, we are going to be having a very different conversation about this. So why now aren't the people that told you it was safe, that told you they were going to take your jobs away, that told you you couldn't eat food in restaurants, that told you you had to pull your kids out of school, that told you you had to quarantine, that took all of your rights away, why aren't those people rotting in a jail cell? Do pray tell. Do pray tell. Because it's not making sense to me. Why aren't these people being brought to justice? Because just like many of you, I have immediate family members that did get it, that did get boosted. And the fact of the matter is that not a single person who did this to you and I, that took away small businesses, took away our ability to drive in our cars, took our jobs away, took away your kids' ability to go play with their friends, pulled your kids out of school, put you under financial duress, created poor mental health conditions. The fact that not a single one of these monsters, the fact that none of them are rotting in a jail cell is absolutely disgusting.
Go ahead.
In Texas, they want to put a turning point USA in every high school. Can you believe that?
Yep. So we have this right here, right? Let me pull this up for you real quick. Why is nobody arrested? Well, when the DOJ, right? So Pam Bondi and Susie Wiles,
and
right, both taking money from Pfizer. So how's the hell the person that see what the issue is? So Pam Bondi and Susie Wiles' swamp ties exposed. Bondi was a Pfizer shill, and Wiles was the most crooked lobbyist in the United States for years. They're selling out our President Trump, right? The 80 million plus of us who voted for him, our country, and their official government positions for personal financial gain. And they are two peas in a pod who have been working together on their corrupt schemes for decades. They are keeping President Trump in a bubble away from the MAGA base and controlling what information gets to him. And yes, they are Bush loyalist rhinos who are intentionally sabotaging him from within. Share this video, far and wide patriots. Pam Bondi and Susie Wiles are engaged in a coup against President Trump and our great MAGA movement. They both must be fired immediately.
This all kind of sounds exactly what happened with JFK's
yep.
cabinet and all the people and the military guys that all gave him the wrong information.
That's it. Right. Yep. It's repeating of history. It's almost mirrored.
Well, you got to remember the president relies on all these people, right, for his information. So
yeah, that's why he was like, gas is $1.98, and we're sitting here going, what the hell is he talking about? The economy is great. What the?
So he doesn't go put gas in his car. He wouldn't even.
Oh, you know,
he's relying off their information.
Ain't nobody I've never seen anybody pass him in the grocery store pushing a cart.
No, he didn't even know what groceries. He said they call them groceries. I didn't even know what that was.
I think he said groceries.
Groceries.
So you see the conflict of interest. I mean, it doesn't matter what administration, right?
Well, they all have their own agendas as well, right?
Yeah.
Entanglement and conflict of interest between the current Attorney General of the United States, Pam Bondi, and the White House's Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles. And no, it is not sponsored by Pfizer, but we will talk about them. But let's start with Chapter 1, the early years. So let's go back all the way to 2011. Somewhere in Florida, a woman named Susie Wiles is building what will become the most successful influence peddling operation in modern American history. She's running Ballard Partners, a lobbying firm that sounds like it should be selling insurance, but it's actually in the business of making rich people's problems disappear through the magic of political connections. And meanwhile, Pam Bondi is Florida's Attorney General, which is like being the state's top cop, except your main job is deciding which powerful people you're definitely not going to arrest today. She's building a reputation as someone who really, really likes Donald Trump, which will, in turn out to be the most important career decision she ever makes. But here's the thing about lobbying that nobody tells you. It's not about bribing politicians with suitcases full of cash like in the movies. It's more about creating a web of relationships so complex that by the time anyone figures out what's happening, the people who could stop it are already on the payroll. Wiles spent these years perfecting this art form, turning Ballard Partners from a regional Florida operation into a machine for converting political success and access into corporate profits. But let's move on to Chapter 2. Trump wins and everyone goes insane. When Trump won in 2016, Susie Wiles had a choice. She could join his administration and make government salary, or she could stay in the private sector and buy a small country money by selling access to her Trump connections. Guess which one she picked? Well, instead of going to Washington, Wiles decided to bring Washington to her. Ballard Partners opened a DC office and suddenly became the lobbying equivalent of a gold rush boomtown. Companies that have...
That should say Caballard. Partners. They always like to put that bell in there and that lard. Pigs.
I've never heard of Brian Ballard were writing million-dollar checks for the privilege of having their problems explained to people who knew Trump. The firm went from making decent Florida money to pulling in $70 million during Trump's presidency. To put that in perspective, that is enough money to buy a small newspaper or finance a congressional campaign in every competitive district in America. This wasn't just success. This was accidentally discovering oil in your backyard level wealth creation. Now, Pam Bondi, meanwhile, was still being Florida's attorney general, but spending increasing amounts of time defending Trump on television. She was building the kind of loyalty currency that in Washington is more valuable than actual currency, because actual currency runs out, but loyalty can be cashed in forever. Which brings us to chapter 3, the lobbying years, or how to get rich selling democracy. During this period, both women were basically running a masterclass in how to monetize political connections without technically breaking any laws. Wiles represented 42 different clients, which sounds impressive until you realize that it's basically a new conflict of interest every month for 3.5 years. Her client list read like a who's who of why is this legal and how is this possible. By the way, I remember that she lobbied for a Venezuelan TV network, Globovisión, owned by Raúl Gorrín, a guy who was later charged with money laundering. Sweet. Well, she represented the...
There's your Venezuela connection. Huh? I like that Venezuela connection.
Nigerian People's Democratic Party, which sounds like something you'd make up if you were trying to parody foreign influence peddling. She worked for tobacco companies that marketed candy-flavored cigars to children, because apparently there's no ethical bottom to the lobbying world. But this is when the degrees of separation between Wiles and Bondi fall to zero. Pam Bondi joins Ballard Partners after her stint as Attorney General ended. Because why not cash in 8 years of public service? Why not? She started representing Amazon, Uber, private prison companies, and foreign governments. Her client portfolio was basically a greatest hits album of companies that probably shouldn't have friends in the Justice Department.
She's a DOJ and she's invested in the private prison system. She wants a total police state.
Yeah,
she wants a lot of motherfuckers to go to jail.
What they say, the right, because they get profits off of that.
Say that again. They're doing
The
what?
private prison owners were suing states for not filling up the prisons.
I wonder why. It's that greed, that corporate greed.
Right, because they get. Yeah.
How are you invested in the private prison system and you're also
there's a lot of people invested. It's crazy.
And then somebody's invested in
our partners after her stint as Attorney General ended. Because why not cash in 8 years of public service? Why not? She started representing Amazon, Uber, private prison companies, and foreign governments. Her client portfolio was basically a greatest hits album of companies that probably shouldn't have friends in the Justice Department. The beautiful thing about their system is that it's all perfectly legal. There are disclosure forms and waiting periods and ethics rules, but they are designed by the same people who benefit from the system, so they work about as well as you'd expect. But so far, so good, right? On to chapter 4, the Pfizer plot twist. Here's where the story gets really interesting, and interesting in the way that makes you want to throw your phone across the room. While Pam Bondi was getting rich representing corporate America through Ballard Partners, she was also doing some side work for a little law firm providing legal services to a small pharmaceutical company you might have heard of called Pfizer. Now, you might think, what is the big deal? Lawyers represent clients all the time. But there's something you need to know. Pfizer was under active investigation by the Department of Justice for potentially bribing foreign officials. which is the kind of thing that the Attorney General would normally be very interested in. Bundy was earning more than $200,000 from the law firm that was representing Pfizer, while simultaneously making over $1 million from Ballard Partners. It's like being a defense attorney and a prosecutor at the same time, except somehow that's legal if you fill out the right paperwork. Not gonna lie, I love America. If you don't make it here, it's only because you don't have the right connections or know the right people, or both. Oh, well, the timing here is important because in Washington, timing is everything. Pfizer wasn't just any company. It was a company with a serious legal problems that could potentially be solved by having friends in very high places. And wouldn't you know it, Pam Bondi was about to get the highest place possible in the American legal system. Enter Chapter 5, the return of the lobbyists. Well, when Trump decided to run again, he naturally turned to the person who had made him the most money in Florida, Susie Wiles. She ran his 2024 campaign while still working as a lobbyist because apparently we have just given up on the idea that there should be any separation between campaign management and influence peddling. After Trump wins, he makes Wiles his chief of staff, which is basically the most powerful unelected position in American government. She went from selling access to Trump to literally controlling access to Trump. I'm going to let you figure out the implications of that. Pam Bondi got nominated for Attorney General after Matt Gaetz' nomination imploded faster than the Hawk Chua meme coin. And during her confirmation hearings, she somehow forgot to mention that she'd been working for Pfizer, which is like forgetting to mention you were married.
Remember, Matt Gaetz is the one that was given the files on that little USB port thing. And then he was going to be your Attorney General. And then they showed him the blackmail stuff, and he bowed out. And then in come Pam Bondi and Lindsey Graham's pick. Yeah. All right.
When you're applying for a dating app. Just a small detail, I guess. Well, the corporate world's response was immediate and telling. Companies started throwing money at Ballard Partners like it was a strip club and they were tech bros celebrating their IPO. 28 new clients signed up in the first 66 days after Wiles' appointment because nothing says ethical governance like a lobbying firm getting a massive influx of business the moment their former employees take over the government. Which leads us to Chapter 6, the Great Pfizer Investigation Vanishing Act. This is where the story stops being funny and starts being genuinely terrifying. Within weeks of becoming Attorney General, Pam Bondi issued new guidelines for the Department of Justice that essentially said, we're only going to investigate foreign bribery if it involves drug cartels or international criminal organizations. Now, this might sound reasonable until you realize that, hey, wait a second. Pfizer's alleged bribery activities in China and Mexico didn't involve drug cartels. Oh,
snap.
They involved regular old-fashioned corporate corruption, which apparently is no longer a priority for the Department of Justice when the Attorney General used to work for the company being investigated. And the result was predictable. The DOJ dropped its investigation into Pfizer, citing insufficient evidence. The same investigation that had been ongoing for years suddenly became insufficient the moment Pfizer's former legal counsel took over the Justice Department.
No wonder why damn lady Lindsey Graham said she was a slam dunk, an ace in a hole in one, the golden ticket.
Yeah.
She's
what did they say about those golden tickets?
She's blocking like Epstein stuff. You got the Pfizer. This is one huge conflict of interest.
Yes. That's what they're showing you.
Holy shit.
Probably been many of them.
Trick, except instead of making a rabbit disappear,
they
made a federal criminal investigation disappear. The timing was so obvious that even people who don't usually pay attention to this stuff started asking questions. But in Washington, having obvious conflicts of interest is not a bug. It is a feature. The system is designed to make this kind of thing legal, even when it's obviously wrong. And when we say the words obviously wrong, we 100% have to land on Chapter 7, the Epstein files meltdown. Just when you thought this story couldn't get any weirder, the Jeffrey Epstein files controversy exploded. Pam Bondi had claimed in February that an Epstein client list was sitting on her desk, which turned out to be about as accurate as saying that monkey NFTs are a sound investment. When the truth, with quotation marks, came out that there was no client list, it led to a confrontation between Bondi and FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino. Was so heated, Bongino took a day off work afterward. I made a video of that meltdown on my Body Language Guy channel, by the way. And guess who allegedly was in the room for this meltdown? Susie Wiles. Because apparently she's now involved in every major decision that could embarrass the administration. This controversy perfectly illustrated the problem with having lobbyists around the government. When your entire career has been built on managing information for wealthy clients, the line between managing information and covering things up gets pretty blurry pretty fast. Just as fast as we get to Chapter 8, the internet loses its mind. The documented conflicts of interest were bad enough, but the internet being the internet, people started connecting dots that may or may not actually be connected. Social media exploded with theories about the Wiles and Bondi being besties who coordinate to protect pharmaceutical interests and foreign governments. Some of these theories are obviously ridiculous, like claims about secret cabals and elaborate cover-ups. But here's the thing about conspiracy theories. They flourish in environments where the actual documented corruption is so obvious that people assume it must be even worse than it appears. When the Attorney General literally worked for a company that she then stopped investigating, when the chief of staff's own lobbying firm is signing new clients faster than Herbalife in the 80s, when two people from the same influence peddling operation are running the executive branch of the federal government, maybe, just maybe, the conspiracy theories are not the real problem. The conspiracy theories are just a symptom of a system so obviously corrupt that people assume there must be even more corruption hidden underneath. So we arrive at Chapter 9. Welcome to the blonde jungle. So here we are.
Welcome
the two
to the
most
jungle.
powerful women in America outside of the presidency are both former lobbyists from the same firm, and their former clients are getting exactly the kind of treatment you would expect former clients to get. The Pfizer investigation disappeared. Corporations are lining up to pay Ballard partners for access they are obviously expecting to get. And somehow, this is all perfectly legal. This isn't just another example of the revolving door between government and lobbying. This is the revolving door becoming a superhighway with no speed limits and no cops. We have moved beyond regulatory capture into something more like regulatory annexation. The most depressing part isn't that this happened. It is that it is working exactly as designed. The ethics rules, the disclosure requirements, the waiting periods before lobbyists can join government, they're all theater designed to make us feel better about a system that was built to be gamed. Susie Wiles and Pam Bondi didn't break the system. They mastered it. They figured out how to turn political connections into wealth and then turn that wealth back into political power, creating a feedback loop that would make a tech startup CEO weep with envy. No ChatGPT needed. This was done the old-fashioned way. The real tragedy is that in a few years, when they leave government, they will go back to the private sector and make even more money selling access to whatever connections they've made in the government. And then the next group of lobbyists will take their place, and the cycle will continue because we have created a system where the people who could fix it are the same people who benefit from keeping it broken. Welcome to America in 2025, where democracy is a subscription service and most of us cannot afford the premium plan. The Wiles bonding entanglement is just the logical endpoint of a system that treats government service as a business opportunity. And business, as they say, is booming.
Crazy. And that's showing you what's been going on for a long time, right?
So that's why nobody's been arrested. Everybody's waiting on arrest, like right
This
here.
is super scary.
Right?
And I try.
That's why
And oops, sorry, we were wrong. So now you need to keep getting
yeah,
more.
no, I'm just reminding them of this video.
Yeah.
This is the reason why we got to that. Like, and keep in mind, he lost his son to vaccination. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go right here.
Promise. Right. On your kids should get it. And oops, sorry, we were wrong. So now you need to keep getting more.
Correct.
So when the big pharma's in everybody's pockets and everybody has it.
That's why.
Yeah.
Nothing is stopped, right?
Right.
They all have are benefiting off it. So why are they going to go out? Why would they want to fix it? Then they're profiting off of it.
About this.
All right, who's going to jail?
That was the question, right? Who's going to jail? Because now they got the black box warning on the COVID shots. They said was totally safe and effective. Why do they need a black box warning, which is the highest warning that you could put on a box?
Right.
If it was totally safe and effective just a few months ago.
That's all I want to know.
Yes.
Because it started with it was safe and effective, and do your part, and do it for grandma, and you'll get a burger and a donut.
Get a burger and a donut. Some fries, right? Was it Blasio was talking about a hamburger and fries?
Yep. And,
that must have been a badass hamburger.
Cream donuts.
That you think that burger was like Angus or burnt meat or something?
I don't want to know. Probably just added to it.
Or maybe that red heifer that they took to Israel to sacrifice. This is a burrito wrap, and the ingredients on it wraps all the way around. You just can see on the screen.
Yeah, don't get that.
Oh, but wait, there's more. But wait, there's more.
That's crazy.
Holy shit, there's no way.
Wow.
There's got to be a double wrap. Oh, okay, there's peppers right there. Chicken burrito. You sure? It should say bioengineered burrito.
That's scary. Just make your own.
That was at Buc-ee's. They got good food.
Yeah, it is good.
You ordered a chicken burrito. There are so many ingredients, and even this little small font. The list is more fully wraps around the entire burrito.
Yeah, because they have to disclose it now.
No food item on earth should contain this many ingredients. Of course, that false flag you're seeing is because they want to go to war in Iran. We went over that. We went over that.
For December, and I've been watching with interest and great concern the big push, the NHS, National Armed Service hysteria around getting your kids flu sprayed up the nose. And I wanted to recount a story from the beginning of this bullshit when my son first started secondary school, or he was about to, and it's Hazley School in Milton Keynes, okay? So I preemptively emailed the school before the September start and said to them, you know, I'm a funeral director. I'm seeing a worrying trend where I'm putting vaccine recipients into coffins, so on and so forth. A long email and to preemptively tell them, I don't give you consent to vaccinate my child. I know you've got a schedule. I know you've got a vaccine nurse. Don't touch him. And didn't get a reply to the email. Surprise, surprise. But 3-4 days later, I took a phone call from Hazley School, and this girl identified herself as Sarah, the immunisation nurse. It's just about your email, Mr. O'Looney. And she went on to have a chat with me, and I basically told her what I've told you guys, what I was seeing, and I thought she would think, oh, vaccinate, because they're all programmed and brainwashed and paid to poison, aren't they? She openly fucking admitted it. She openly admitted that she knew the risks and she knew the damage that it could do children. So I kind of sat back a second, and because it put me off on the back foot, you know. I didn't expect a full admission. So I kind of said to her, I say, okay, Sarah. I said, have you got children? She went, oh, yes, I've got 2. And I think at the time she said they were 10 and 8. And I said, would you vaccinate them then, Sarah? She went, oh, no. Oh, no. I said, so you know the risk to children. You've got 2 kids of your own that you won't vaccinate, but you'll vaccinate mine. Well, I have to, she said. It's my job. I have to. These people are fucking insane. So for anyone thinking of getting their kids vaccinated, let me tell you, even the fucking immunization nurse won't do their own fucking kids. That's Hazley School in Milton Keynes. The immunization nurse is Sarah.
They won't even do it.
Crazy, but they'll give it to yours.
They'll give it to yours. It's insanity.
That's not having a moral compass.
Moral. Yeah, I'm just looking at something real quick.
What's up, Jim? I'm at McDonald's. I'm at McDonald's. Which one? What fucking difference does it make? They're all serving humans today. Did everybody not fucking know? They've been serving 1 billion humans in the motherfucking time. You don't want humans. Why don't you just go ahead and order some fentanyl and some fucking obesity for your children? You said there's not fentanyl in the McDonald's substances. Are you fucking sure, Jim? Do you put that on your motherfucking kids, bitch? Put it on your wife. Put it on your dog. I'm gonna kill your dog right now, Jim. You parents need to cook for your children. You're fucking lazy.
Entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, it's just a movie, guys.
Back up on the travel. Out, go. To the left. Back up on the travel.
That she got all the what's blowing my mind about these Erica Kirk interviews is that she got all the questions prior to the taping. Yeah, that's correct. Taping. So they re-shot these different questions over and over and over again. There's people in the audience that have come out and been like, yeah, no, they like she. So what we're seeing is like the best option. She was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's run this one with like the actual demon manifesting. Let's put that out into the world and see what happens. Are you okay? Do people not have discernment? Like, are we that far removed from like spiritual warfare and God that we can't see what's right in front of us? Like, this isn't right. Take your Candace Owens stuff out of it, right? There's so many people that are just like so focused on like how crazy Candace Owens is. Who cares? Pretend Candace Owens doesn't even have a series. Let's pretend none of that's happening. Let's just focus on what is going on with Erica Kirk and how she's responding to things and what's going on with TPUSA and all of the money. Like, follow the money. Where is it going? Why are things not adding up? Why are things not making sense? Why did Charlie Kirk turn down $150 million, then get assassinated? And now Erica Kirk's like, oh, we've raised $140 million or something. And then she's walking around with this book that supposedly he wrote, wearing a freaking pin that has the Star of David on it. What does the Star of David mean? Like, what is it related to? What is it tied to? What are we doing here? What's happening here? What's going on? Where are Charlie Kirk's parents? Where's his sister? What's, like, I just have questions. I'm just asking questions. And I'm just wondering why people cannot see what's so clearly in front of them. That's why the world is in the state that it's in right now. It's because people have genuinely abandoned their own self-discernment and like self-awareness. They don't even know, they can't even see what's real.
People are waking up, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says stop God, right, on the book. You see the hand, and it says stop God. I guess they're trying to stop God. I don't know. Which God they're trying to stop. Maybe the God of war. is the one they're trying to stop.
Can you imagine the celebrities that are going to feel so stupid when we take over this world? Because every celebrity has gotten to where I am, and they believe that the RH null factor, which is the RH negative in men, the RH null would be whatever chromosome is in the women that they fake give you a shot for. This is a bloodline thing. Where are we from? Where are we at? This is a complete lie. This video is safely posted on Facebook and Instagram. Multiple videos on my platforms are posted just like this. You should be very concerned about why they don't want you to know who you are. It's worth money. My mother is O positive, Muncie. They're going to spell it a million different ways. They're going to butcher this. They're going to butcher the spelling when they send you a death certificate so that you can't find your lineage. You can spell it Munsee, Muncie. I mean, I can go on and on. Do I need to keep going? The Savellas don't even realize they're from probably Sevilla, Spain. Savella. They butchered their name to Civella. There's a million derivatives of your mother's last name. I mean, her dad's last name or your dad's. You see what I'm trying to say? They took the men. They were marrying. That was the first form of legal slavery. And this is all over Instagram, was Native Americans. They look like me or like Waka Flocka Flame. He's a rapper. There's not a look. We all look very different. So my mother could have got a check, but she just never wanted to go down that road. When I got her death certificate, it sent me down a fake road because it was spelled wrong. Turns out the Muncie tribe, if we don't go take back over Mount Rushmore, the land was stolen, and the KKK is who funded those 4 presidents to go up there. To restore peace and harmony in the world, we have to take our land back. It's not just the land you should be concerned about. Do you understand? I was addicted for 31 years. I'm 48 years old. Once I discovered the farm bill, the casinos, everything that these natives have is yours. Do you understand? Everything that they've gone forward, they just didn't make it public because they wanted to cash in. We're going to take our shit back. Once you start figuring out your central nervous system is being controlled by anything in your blood, if you have chemicals in your blood and you have autistic kids, you can't figure that out, that you have chemicals in your blood and you can't figure out why your kids have autism. Okay, so get the gummies. There's a website. It's in my bio. If you want a discount, I have a discount code. I don't sell anything. You have to correct your central nervous system to see what I see.
That's why she says a farm bill.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm trying to see these videos here. They're really, really small. I'm trying to make them out. I can't.
It seems like the shit show is heavily loaded with villains, but in reality, they're playing so many different parts that there aren't as many of them. It just seems like it. Just villain, villain, villain.
Right.
That's all we got for tonight. We're about 2 hours in. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I want to thank everybody for subscribing. Also, click like and share. Have an amazing rest of your night. But also, look out for yourself and your people around you and each other. And just try to really take everything in. You know, tomorrow's not promised. So don't let this overwhelm you. Just keep in mind 100 years from now, like the lady said, we'll all be buried and none of this will matter. But
We have 2 born days today, too.
oh, happy birthday.
Denise and 66.
Happy birthday.
You have a fun night, everybody.
Night all.
Night, everyone. Love y'all.
Oh, I got something for Mickey too before we close. So, little came in like a wrecking ball.
You gotta sing it, Chief.
Yeah, right. You too.
I wish I'd have had that video ready. All right, there's the wrecking ball, and we are out.
We were standing in line at the grocery store. She dropped silver coins, not a card anymore. Cashier raised an eyebrow. I just had to ask, girl, why you paying like that? Leaving plastic in the past, silver in your hand, gold you can keep. It don't vanish online, it don't fall asleep. No fine print, no banker's plan, just silver in your hand, gold where you stand. Gold where you stand. Out in the parking lot, bags by our side. She said, come on over, I'll show you why. Coffee on the table, steam rising slow. She laid out the truth that I needed to know. Silver in your hand, gold you can keep. It don't vanish online, it don't fall asleep. No fine print, no banker's plan, just silver in your hand, gold where you stand. Gold where you stand. She said I pay my bills, I save for my kids. I keep coins for the hard times like my daddy did. Cards can be cut, accounts can be closed, but silver and gold, they're mine to hold. Silver in your hand, gold you could keep. It don't vanish online, it don't fall asleep. No fine print, no banker's plan, just silver in your hand, gold where you stand. She leaned back slow, took a sip of her cup, said this ain't about struggle, it's about showing up. When the world gets shaky, I don't lose control. I pass down the truth in silver and gold. She said cards can be frozen, accounts locked tight, but coins in your drawer, they're yours all night. It's just wisdom, it's common sense. Real money don't vanish when the system gets tense. Silver in your hand, gold you can keep. It don't vanish online, it don't fall asleep. No fine print, no banker's plan, just silver in your hand, gold where you stand. Gold where you stand. Silver in your hand, gold you can keep. It don't vanish online, it don't fall asleep. No fine print, no banker's plan, just silver in your hand, gold where